Premier League cricket now on the SportsMax Zone, which continued earlier on Monday with match 55 between the Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Delhi Capitals, which ended in a no result after rain interrupted at the interval. The Capitals were restricted to 133 for 7 from their 20 overs, with Sunrisers captain Pat Cummins getting 3 for 19 against 41 each from South African Tristan Stubbs and Ashutosh Sharma. Both teams received a point, leaving the already eliminated Sunrisers on 7 from 11 matches to sit 8th on the table, while Delhi Capitals remain in the hunt for a playoff spot in 5th on 13 points. Meanwhile, Caribbean fans had lots to be proud about over the weekend as two West Indians lit up the competition with blazing performances. First, the all-rounder Romario Shepherd smashed a 14-ball, 53 not-out for Royal Challengers Bengaluru in their 2-run win over the Chennai Super Kings. Shepherd went to the crease in the 18th over with a score at 157 for 5, and his incredible knock pushed the score to 213 for 5 of 20 overs. And as if his innings wasn't enough, Andre Russell delivered a hitting masterclass of his own the very next day to set up a narrow 1-run victory for the Kolkata Knight Riders over the Rajasthan Royals in Sunday's early game. Superman hit an unbeaten 57 from 25 balls as KKR ended their innings on 206 for 4. Yeah, really impressive, both Shepherd and Andre Russell. And Shepherd happy that he, Ricardo, has finally gotten a chance, because he did sit on the bench for almost an entire month before he got his first game. This was only his 4th game and only his first time batting, and to hit 53 not out from 14 balls was, it was majestic.
Yeah, when you get opportunities, that's exactly how you want to deal with matters, and Romario Shepherd did a fantastic job of that. You know, the thing is, and I've always believed that Romario Shepherd is more dangerous as a batsman than he is as a bowler. And a large part of that is because I think he's often too inconsistent as a bowler. There are days when he gets it right and he's very difficult to deal with, and then there are other days when he just keeps going to the boundary. But I find that as a batter, especially down in that number 7, number 8 positions, when he is coming in late and quick runs are required, that he is very, very difficult to deal with. And this was the perfect example of that. It was a fabulous knock, absolutely loved it. But Andre Russell, Lance, what a player. He's 37 years old and he continues to find magic. Before the innings at the weekend, he had struggled in the IPL this season, but he finally got it right here. And along the way, breaking some unique records, because during this innings, he got to 1,000 runs at Eden Gardens. Now, he's 1,046 runs at Eden Gardens. 1,045 of those runs have been scored playing for Kolkata Knight Riders. 1 run from that was scored playing for the West Indies in the 2016 World T20 final. What is significant about that, though, is not that he's only scored 1 for the West Indies. What is significant about that is that he has the highest strike rate of any player to score over 1,000 runs at one venue in all T20 cricket, but also in the IPL. And that is significant. He's one of 3 players to score over 1,000 runs at Eden Gardens. But for him to do it at strike rates of over 180 is significant, and it speaks to his quality, it speaks to his dominance when he's in full flow. And obviously, this is a ground that he knows very well, because he's been playing for Kolkata Knight Riders since 2014, I think it was, in the IPL. And so he would have played a lot of matches and spent a lot of time there and training. And he obviously enjoys this place. And once again, he put on another display at the weekend of how much he enjoys this place. And another thing as well, Lance, he was brought up in the order to bat at number 5 in this innings. And for a long time, there are many who feel that Andre Russell should be batting higher in T20 teams just because of how destructive he is. For a long time, teams and coaches have said, okay, he only needs 5 overs to do damage, so let's get him in the last 5. But there are so many times throughout his career in different leagues where he has shown that if he is given time, he can be even more destructive. And yeah, that was a top knock, 57 from 25. KKR won by 1 run, which means every single one of those runs that he scored was important for KKR to stay in the hunt for a place in the playoffs.
I think what is significant as well is the confidence that the KKR has in Andre Russell, because his form has been very, very tame since the start of the tournament. I think his highest score prior to now would have been like 21. And there were many, many single-digit scores and scores in the teens and so on. And the fact that he's continued to play tells you that the KKR staff have a lot of confidence in his ability and were willing to give him time to explode as he did on the weekend.
Yeah, because he didn't get off to a flying start. I think his first 9 deliveries, he only scored 2 runs. But then after that, he just absolutely went loose, and none of the bowlers could contain him. But that's true, Andre Russell. And it's amazing, Lance, that he is able to perform at this level at 37 years old, and no wonder he feels that maybe there's a chance he can hold on for the next T20 World Cup and represent the West Indies again. So let's see. Although Romario Shepherd is next door saying, hey, what are you talking about? I can do the job that you have been doing for years.
Yeah, and you know, to be honest, of the two knocks, it's hard to resist Romario Shepherd's as the more spectacular of the two. 14 balls and 53 not out. And what is significant, as I touched on earlier on, is that Romario Shepherd hasn't been playing.
Yeah.
This is his first competitive batting outing since early February, when he played in the ILT20 tournament in Abu Dhabi. No, that's March, April. We're talking over 3 months. First time batting in a match, and this is what he has given us. So I quite like Shepherd's effort here, and as we said at the top, and he said it in the post-match interview, that he's waited for this opportunity. He's waited a long time, and he was happy to get the job done.
Well, you know what they say about Caribbean sportsmen and women from time to time, Lance?
Tell me.
That they are most destructive when they are hungry. And clearly, Romario Shepherd was hungry for an opportunity to get out in the middle.
You sound like Bob Marley, where you're saying they got angry because they were hungry. Break time. Interactive coming up after the break.